Hey again guys, Ace here and welcome to C++ tutorial number 17. Today we're just going to be looking at enumerators. So what are enumerators? It's kind of hard to explain, so basically I'm not going to explain, I'm just going to show you. We can, well, so to speak, drop you right in at the deep end, although I think everyone should be able to understand this pretty easily. To define an enumerator, we just type enum, okay? We don't need to add any libraries because it's a built-in type in C++. So we just type enum, and then we type the name of our enumerator, then two curly braces, and then we start typing out a comma-separated list. And in this case, my enum is called diff for difficulty, and I've got three difficulties: easy, normal, and hard, each separated with commas. And now, what we could do, here I've just defined it inside the program, but anyway, before we get onto that, let's just talk this over. To set a, in this case, a difficulty, you just type the name of your enumerator, so that's diff, so I've typed diff, and this is, here, by defining this enumerator, we're sort of making a new type. Doing this is like typing this, okay? Because we're saying I want to make a new diff, and then we give it a name called myDiff, and then we're assigning it to the value normal, okay? So here we define all the difficulties, and here we set our difficulty. Now, an example of where this might be used is in a game. That's fairly obvious, I'd say, except here we're defining it inside the program. In a game, we just retrieve whatever they want the difficulty to be, and then we'd assign it to the value. We'd say if the string the user typed in is equal to this, then assign the value of myDiff to easy. And now what we can actually do is we can check the value of myDiff. We can say if myDiff is equal to normal, then print out difficulty is set to normal. Then for easy, and we just put an else for hard because it can't be anything else. And the reason it can't be anything else is because, let's just try this here. If we set this to something random like blah, it doesn't work. If we take a look at this, we say, it says we get build errors, and it says blah undeclared identifier. That's because blah hasn't been defined in here, okay? So let's just set this back to normal again. And it's case sensitive, by the way. I think it's case sensitive. It should be anyway. And if we press F5 now, we can see we got two things here. Just ignore the second one. We can see it says difficulty set to normal. That's the only one we're really interested in. Easy, if we set it to that, then it says difficulty set to easy. And if we set it to hard, it says difficulty set to hard. That just demonstrates that the else statement works, basically. Now, as well as just having a comma-separated list in enumerators, we can also give those, well, I guess that you could call them variables. We can also give those variables values. Now, as far as I'm aware, they can only be char values or integer values or floating values, of course, I'm sure. Works fine. Here I've just used integer values to represent the cost. This is in dollars, by the way, to represent the cost of that item, and I've called my enumerator shop. So in shop we can buy bread, we can buy milk, we can buy jam and butter, okay? And the reason I've done this in dollars and not pounds, seeming as I'm British, is because when I try and use the pound sign, it actually prints out a U with a, I think it's an accent grave or something. It might be a Spanish letter or it might be a French letter, I'm not sure. But for some reason it works fine when I do a dollar sign, and it doesn't work when I try and do a pound sign, and I can't escape the pound sign with backward slashes or anything. So if anyone's a pro in C++ and they can tell me why this is happening, please leave a comment. Anyway, so we've defined our shop here, and now we're going to say make a new shop variable, and we're going to call it my item, okay, and we're going to assign it to the value bread. And now in this output statement we're saying my item costs, that should be, and then we're doing a $, and then we're outputting the variable my_item. And inside the variable my_item is bread, and inside bread, oops, sorry guys. Let me just pause the recording for a sec. Okay, hey again guys, sorry for that slight disturbance from my phone, and even more annoyingly, the person that the guy was calling for wasn't actually here. But anyway, let's get back. So we're outputting my_item, which contains the value bread, and bread contains the value 10, so ultimately we're outputting 10. And let's just test this. It should say my item costs $10, and voila, it says it costs $10. Now if we change this, it will change the value at output. So if we say our item is jam, it should say $6, and it does. And I think you guys get the gist of that. So have fun with enumerators and shit, I guess. We've reached a point where by now everyone should be fairly confident in the basic concepts of basic C++, basically. Well, very basic C++, because yeah, anyway, very basic C++. If you're not, have a go and practice all the stuff we've been through so far. And even if you are, practice, because I'm doing this tutorial after I haven't done C++ for a long time. I've been looking at some other stuff, and I had to take a look at enumerators again. I mean, not that I've used enumerators much, but still, I've definitely lost my touch in C++, so it's always important to practice a programming language, otherwise it will go. Although you'll still be able to pick up, you know, small things you'll be able to remember, but it's still important. So anyway, have fun practicing, and over and out.